Your life is like a book, and you get to write your story. A lot of us are allowing the past or other people to write our story for us. And this is unconsciously just creating more chapters in our lives that we're not pleased with. I need you to understand that words are like magnets, and the story you decide to tell is what you will attract. 7 months ago, I was just done with my life. I wasn't happy with my job at the time. I was living paycheck to paycheck. All I knew at the time was I felt this calling to start a YouTube channel, to move to a new city and completely change my life. So 7 months ago in July, I decided to listen to that inner calling, and I just can't believe this is my life. I will never forget, I was sitting in the sauna at my gym and meditating. And during that meditation, that's when the idea came for my very first YouTube video. I went home from the gym. I sat on my living room floor and filmed my video. I posted that video and was monetized overnight. 2 weeks later, I manifested the money to move to that new city. I manifested the perfect job at the exact dollar amount that I desired. And just 4 days later, I manifested the apartment, which just so happened to be on the same street as my job. Not only that, I met my lover all within those few weeks. If you're watching this, my love, hi. All of this entire life change happened in a month. And I always get asked, how is it that I manifest so quickly? I had to completely reinvent myself. I had to stop broke behavior, to change my life and leave that version of me in the past. I had to stop focusing on the things that kept me broke. If you're new to my channel, my name is Karina, and 7 months ago, I decided to listen to God's calling, and by the grace of God, here we are today. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers. And I just cannot believe my life. And I want to share with you how this can be possible for you. But most of all, I truly, truly want you to know that you are such an incredible being. You are literally sculpted from God Himself with the power to create your life how you want. And this is why my channel exists. I want to break down the step one moment because I know a lot of us are stuck here. And that step one moment is, what is the story you're deciding to tell? The story you decide to tell about your life, about who you are, about the way life is, how people are, whatever it is you decide to say out loud is what you will attract, because it's simply what you believe. You will live what you believe, and the people you attract to you in your life are a reflection of you. If you believe that money is the root of all evil, then that is what you will attract. If you believe that this world is evil, whatever it is that you put your focus onto, you are co-creating that experience more and more into the universe, into your life. You will start to attract people on that same frequency into your life because that is the frequency that you carry. If you take a look at the friends that you have in your life, you are friends with them for a reason. Whether that's similar traits, maybe you guys speak the same, maybe you have the same likes. Everyone in your life is a version of you. First of all, when you're with a group of people and you're speaking things into existence, you're all of you are putting energy and making this manifestation bigger and bigger and building its life force. And as a woman, I've had friends that would just complain and romanticize the things that they don't like, the things that they didn't want to have in their life, and constantly keep themselves in this energy by just talking about it and breathing life into it. I want you to look at the people in your life right now and the conversations that you're having with them and understand that when you all get together, you are co-creating, you're manifesting. Stop romanticizing a story that no longer serves you, because focus is your point of attraction. Change your story by changing your perspective. Just because something happened to you that you didn't like, that happened in the past, if you were cheated on or you were neglected by someone or someone deceived you, stop breathing life into it and understand that God put you in that situation because you needed to learn something from it. And by you sitting here and complaining about it, you're almost slapping God, when in reality, you had to have this experience to learn something from it, to elevate you, to be the person you want to be, to have that life you want to have. And you sitting here complaining is not only doing nothing for you, but two, you are attracting more of that experience you don't like. Instead, choose to benefit from the situation. God blessed you with an emotional guidance system. If you are observing something in your life, observing thoughts, observing people, observing behaviors, or experiences and it does not feel good to you, your emotions tell you. You start to think about something, and if you're feeling sad, your sadness is your guidance system to stop thinking about it. Stop focusing on it. Stop investing your energy into it, whether it's people, items, or things, or thoughts. It does not matter. Be selfish. You need to value yourself. You need to love yourself by deciding to let go of the things that do not serve you. Whatever your perspective of life is the lens and filter you see the world through. Use your emotional guidance system to guide you to what it is you want to focus, to what it is you want to attract, the life you want to have, the lover you want to have, the people you want to have in your life. Once you start to do the inner work and start changing your belief pattern, start shifting the way you think, you will start to see the world around you change. You will start to feel good. And I want to highlight that you will even start to outgrow people, because what you're doing in this process of inner work and choosing yourself, choosing on what to focus on, you're redesigning your entire life, and you start to detach yourself from the negativity and those old stories that don't serve you anymore. You will see the people that you spent time co-creating with differently. And when I started to have this shift, I used to get irritated with my friends. I used to get irritated by my family because all they were doing is romanticizing the things that they don't like. And it used to trigger me so much, but it's not like I'm just gonna cut these people off. They're my family. And that is one thing I will always preach, because I know a lot of people talk about if people don't serve you, cut them off. It depends. If someone is harming you physically or harming your well-being, yes, but you don't have to cut off your childhood friends or your family members to create a life you desire. You simply have to master the art of allowing. When you can allow people to be who they are, it gives you peace. You find peace in having them in your life because you know that they are them and you are you. You have done the inner work to raise your vibrations. You've done the inner work to get closer to God. God will show you why these people are the way that they are, because they've been through things in their life. They were programmed to behave this way. Everyone is walking around with their own trauma. And when you can allow people to be themselves without their behaviors, their thoughts, their words having an effect on you, that is when you've won at life. You've mastered the art of allowing. That is when you can decide to take control of the situation going on and guide those loved ones, guide those friends into a new story. For example, I am the oldest sibling of 7. And when I'm around my siblings or loved ones and I notice that they are being negative about the outcome of something happening, I take control of the situation by changing their perspective. I will take the conversation and guide it. I choose to do that. And that is why I'm filming this video today. You might be thinking, well, how do I change my story when I'm so attached to it? How did I change my broke mindset to a mindset of abundance? I stopped acting broke. I stopped acting like a victim. I stopped acting like life is constantly happening to me all the time. I stopped neglecting myself. I stopped allowing my limitations to stop me. I stopped waiting for things to happen to make me feel good. I decided to redirect my thoughts onto what makes me feel good, on the life I wanted to create, the things that I wanted to attract. I had to separate myself from the program as it's happening. If a negative thought comes in, no matter what it is I'm doing, if I'm outside on a walk, if I was at the grocery store, I stop everything I'm doing and pause. Close your eyes and say, this is not who I am anymore. This does not serve me. I've released this with love, with the trust of a child, knowing that God is handling this situation for me. Next, you start to observe everything that you do in your life, and you start to handle every single thing with intention. I started seeing everything through to the end. I don't care if it's putting laundry away, if it's doing dishes. How you do one thing, you do everything. The way you put love into the little things, it all comes back to putting love into yourself. How else do you change your story? You build your confidence. When you start seeing things through to the end, you start to realize, I can do this. You didn't cheat yourself to get to that end result. You saw it from point A to point B, the entire journey, that will build your confidence like nothing else. If you get up and go to the gym and you don't feel like going and you make yourself go and you have the worst workout, when you push through those days of when you don't want to do it, you are building this part within your brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for the willingness to live. By doing the things that you don't want to do, you are building and expanding that muscle within your mind. And in turn, you are building self-love, you are building confidence. The confidence it takes to embody this new version of you telling this new story. To change my story, I started to educate myself. I had to learn the things that new version of me has to know to be able to have those things in my life. What is the version of Karina doing every day? What is she embodying? And to truly embody this version of me, I had to bet on myself. I started taking action. I started to feel greatness before the riches came. I started to get closer to God. I started taking accountability for my life. If I want life to change, I have to change. I started being picky with my energy. I started being picky with the things I put in my body, what it is I consume, the things I consume on social media. I stopped consuming things that were hurting me, that was pulling me back to that old version of me. And most of all, I had to heal my inner child. I had to be the parent that I needed. I have to do the inner work. No matter what experiences happen to me, nobody else can heal me. I have full responsibility of my life. I get to decide what perspective I have, what story I decide to tell. When you start to open your heart and change your perspective, you will see your 3D reality change. You will literally see just how beautiful the world is, and it's already around you. But the problem is that all of us see differently because each of us has our own custom pair of lenses, perspectives that we see the world through. Beauty is already there. God is in everything. My personal biggest trick that truly got me to manifest a new life in 1 month, it's not visualization. It's by starting out general with how that desire feels. For instance, I'm currently manifesting a new home. So what I do is I start general and I ask myself, how does it feel? I want you to close your eyes and feel that version of you having what it is you want. It feels like home. It feels like peace. It feels like inspiration. It feels like me. It feels like creativity. It feels like endless inspiration. It feels like being sun-kissed. It feels like love. It feels like wholeness. It feels like intention. It feels like living life on purpose. It feels blissful. It feels delicious. It feels safe. It feels colorful and vibrant. It feels like my inner child, free. It feels like running through a field with a warm breeze. It feels delicious. It feels like love. As you could see, my vibration just starts to rise as I start general and build up this momentum. And as you do this, you will start to visualize and paint images in your head. This is my secret. It is the fastest way to raise your vibration, and it feels so good. I do this when I remember to. I do this when I'm inspired to, honestly. It gets you into alignment with the feelings that future you have with that desire in hand. This trick isn't just how I manifested my life to change in a month. This is how I've embodied this version of me with the YouTube channel that's about to hit 100,000 subscribers. The version of me that is a successful business owner that's about to launch a brand to change the world. I invite you to try it for 30 days and come back to this video and comment below how your life has changed. Anytime that you are feeling negative emotions or you're going through a step one moment and that program is coming in, those negative thoughts are coming in and you're trying to stop that momentum, pause. close your eyes with your hand on your heart and try this out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This trick I shared with you has truly changed my life, and it is honestly a part of my self-love routine. It nourishes my feminine energy and just keeps me in alignment and reminds me of my power. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing because I'm on a mission. I am so excited to finally be creating something for you. I am working on a brand that you can sign up for down below. I have linked in the description box an email list. My channel is all about embodying, shifting your identity to be that version of you, to step into your power. This is what that brand is going to do for you. I cannot wait to share. I'm sorry, I get so excited. This has been a dream in the making for years. My inner child is truly coming out with this brand. But anyways, I've talked too much, so thank you so much for watching. I love you, and never forget, you are divinely loved and divinely guided and protected on this journey. I'll see you in the next video.